Hey, welcome to 2 Cent Tuesday. I'm Shanna Skidmore, and today's question comes from Vivian. Vivian asked, I've been trying to get less afraid of hearing no, and it's kind of crazy how emotional it is when someone does say no. I wanted to ask you a question about the whole sticking it out for 3 no's rule. How do you actually do that? Like, if a client says no, that's too expensive, what are you supposed to say to even get to the second no? Vivian, great question. Here is my 2 cents. Vivian is referring to an article I wrote entitled How to Charge What You're Worth. I will link that below, so if you want to read it yourself. But I talked about a sales tactic I was taught when I worked in finance about overcoming 3 objections. So hearing 3 no's before you stop asking for the sale. Sounds terrible, right? Well, it was. But I learned something during that process. If a potential client is saying no to our price, while yes, it's about the price, it's really because they aren't associating the value of the offer with the price that we're charging. So what we need to do, instead of just continuing to change our price, is to think through instead why the perceived value is not meshing up with the price that we're charging. Here's a great example. A few years ago, I really wanted a pair of new leather boots. So I was at my niece's birthday party and I saw this lady walking around. She had the perfect boots on. I had budgeted about $100 for these boots, but I said, hey, can you tell me where you got your boots? She said Nordstrom. So I went and looked, they were $200. So I thought to myself, is it worth paying double the price that I had budgeted for these boots to get the perfect pair of boots? And I did. Here's the reality. If they've already said no, your price is too high, it's really not worth fighting for the sale at that point. Because even if you do, they're not really bought in. They're probably just saying yes because they want you to leave them alone. But here's some good news. If you are hearing no, I want you, instead of thinking a no, I want you to learn from that experience. I'm going to give you 3 strategies that you can incorporate to make sure this stops happening. The first one is write down the common pushback you are receiving. So what do you keep hearing? What are the objections you keep hearing from clients? If it's always coming back to price, then that means you need to have a conversation a little bit more about educating them on why you charge what you charge. 2, at what point in the sales process is the pushback or the objection happening? So are they coming to your website and not even inquiring? Because that means that it's probably something about your website and the language. They're not saying like, oh, she can fill my needs. They're not getting that from your website. So it's probably a language issue. If the pushback is happening when you've already created a quote for them, then that means they're, again, not perceiving the value for the price you've set. So there's some changes you can make in your sales process. The third thing I want you to do, and this is a big one, if you aren't confident in the price that you're charging, your clients are gonna feel that. So a really great place to start is to understand why you price what you do. Hey Vivian, I hope this video has helped you as you start learning how to overcome objections in your sales process. If you like this video, hit like below, and of course subscribe to the channel to never miss a 2 Cents Tuesday. And if you have a question you would love for me to answer, I'd love for you to email me at hello@shannaskidmore.com with the subject line 2 Cents Tuesdays. You can find all the information about that below. I'm so excited to help you as you are striving to build a business that makes money doing what you love, and you can find all information at shannaskidmore.com. And if you want to dig deeper into this whole situation about the sales process, I actually have a class over at Creative Money Academy called The Art of the Sale, where I go into a very in-depth process, and I would love for you to join us. We'll see you in the next 2 Cents Tuesday.